So here we are. We made it to the end of the first week. Well done, you. It's been so good to spend some time with you. And today's exercise is really designed to kind of start to bring some of this all together. Everything that you're doing here with me has as its heart that it's awareness raising. We're trying to slow down what has been habitual in our minds, and slow it down so that we can kind of really see it for what it is, and then we can go, oh, oh, I don't like that. And it kind of helps then with the momentum to choose another way of being, a more loving way. So today's exercise kind of really consolidates and offers us a way to harness that awareness. And if you've read the ebook, you will have seen this activity in there, because it is really something that's so beneficial. And again, really simple, but very, very beneficial, particularly if it's something you can do over time. And so today's invitation is to start a process in whatever way works for you of logging your daily wins. And for me, daily, there's a little asterisk on that, and then the asterisk says, or every other day, or every now and then. And I name that and I share that with so much love and compassion for myself, first and foremost, because I've spent a really long time beating myself up for being somebody who isn't consistent and doesn't follow through and says that you're going to do something and then you don't do it. So what's bloody point? You're really getting to know my inner voice. Interested to know if it's similar to yours or not, but that's what I've lived with for many, many, many years. You know, and eventually I now have moved. We talked before about moving the needle. Now I just know and can name for myself, yeah, I'm not consistent. I'm sporadic. But boy, oh boy, do I get a lot done in that kind of machine gun way. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I follow my attention, and I accrue the benefits in a different way. I'm not systematic and I'm not consistent. I will never do anything daily. Knowing that about myself means that I can make it my own and still get the benefits by doing it my way. So that was the asterisk. There's an invitation for you to at least begin to do it daily, so that we can create a mini groove for a habit. But the understanding that if we fall off the wagon, great, we'll do it and then we won't do it, and then we'll come back to it, and then we'll remember, and then we'll forget, and then we'll do it again, and then it will do it again, and then we'll forget and remember. And that's okay if that's how you do it. As for the exercise itself, the mechanics of it, do it in whichever way works for you. Some people use their phone and just keep a log on their phone. Other people are more journal based. I'll have a journal and I'll just use my journal. It can be really useful to associate it with a time of day, like we did with the brushing the teeth and the gratitude. It might be that it's the last thing you do before you log off for work. It might be that it's part of your bedtime routine, you know, just having a little download. So experiment, see what works for you. Get curious about what works. Maybe it's your morning coffee and it really sets you up for the day. And the kinds of things that you're looking for are things that answer the question, you know, what do I want to give myself credit for today? What can I celebrate about myself today? What went well? What was the struggle? And what do I notice about how I was with that struggle? What do I appreciate and value about myself? What do I want to get my pom-poms out and give myself a little celebratory dance for? Because if you don't ask yourself these questions, you won't get to hang out in a space where you remember how fucking marvellous you are. It's just that simple. If you don't ask, if you don't invite your brain to go look for this stuff, what are you left with? What am I not good enough at? What didn't I do? Picking over that thing, that embarrassing typo in that report that you submitted. Worrying about why your friend looked at you in that way. Why didn't you get invited to this? Why have you put on weight? Blah, 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 blah. We live in the blah, 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 all the blah, blah time. So this is a way of just saying, just for a couple of minutes in the day, asking, where was I enough? Wonderful, wonderful medicine, great brain training, starting to create that kind of neurological pathways for celebration and joy and fullness and abundance and enoughness. It's there, we just often don't go looking for it. I know it's there. I know that you are more than enough. So I want you to kind of practice hanging out in that space. It may be that there are some of the things that we've been working on together that you want to give yourself credit for. Have you been doing the loving kindness meditation? You might want to kind of celebrate that if you've managed it. If you've noticed yourself shoulding and practiced kind of making a choice instead, you might want to celebrate that. If yet really landed for you and you've been able to kind of start experimenting with that, notice it, give yourself credit, because these are all from the place of loving kindness. These are all ways in which you're pulling yourself away from being hard on yourself. And God damn it, how brave and courageous you are for even wanting to go on this journey. You know, any small incremental nudges that you make are gold. So go look for them, grab them, celebrate them. Have fun with that. And I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our slightly more spacious Saturday session. Okay, bye for now.